Welcome to Glow Time with Jackie. It isn't about chasing youth, it's about owning your glow, reinventing your story, and showing up like never before. Glow Time starts now. Right, Cindy Ruzicka, welcome to Glow Time with Jackie.
Thank you, Jackie. I'm so excited to be here with you today.
Yes, thank you for being here.
Yeah.
Excited to be here. I wanted to have you on so we could talk about Löyly Sauna Lounge, and it's a brilliant cold and contrast lounge.
It is.
So it's very awesome. It's cold. It's basically cold and hot
It is.
therapy, cold and hot therapy.
It is.
Yeah. So let me tell you how I came across
Okay.
your lounge. So I initially was online and I came across Gary Brecka. Gary Brecka, as you know, is a biohacker. And basically, he had a post about cold plunging. And cold plunging, especially for women,
Oh,
premenopause,
yeah.
that it was so good for
Yeah.
you. And it's, the release of brown fat. Basically, cold plunging releases brown fat.
Yeah.
And that's
Creates it.
energy. So it creates it and it's energy. So I thought, yeah, sure. If I can get in cold water to burn fat, why not?
Why not? Right?
So that's how I came across it. And I would do it regularly. I would say probably 2 to 3 times a week.
Perfect.
Go to cold plunge. And I heard that you could get into a cold plunge. They said maybe like a cumulative, maybe 11 minutes
A week.
a week.
Yeah.
I would do it like, 7 minutes, 8 minutes here and there. So I would kind of go over the threshold, but I really enjoyed it. And I never got into the hot tub because I was worried of getting back into the cold. But I know the full benefits are from getting into the hot. It's the contrast therapy.
It's the contrasting between, well, the way we do it
Yeah.
is we breathe first.
Okay.
So it's kind of a unique way of doing it. We breathe first. We practice the Wim Hof method, and then we get in the cold water. And our
Yes.
water's pretty chilly.
Yes.
It's between 41 and 49. So
Yes.
it will
Yeah,
get your
it's really
attention.
cold.
It
Yeah,
will
for
take your breath
sure.
away.
Yeah.
And the reason that we do that, Jackie, is because it builds a portion of our brain that is our toughness muscle.
Mhm.
And when you get good at doing something hard,
Yes.
you do it, you choose to do it, you know what it is, you do it anyway. It makes the next hard thing a whole lot easier.
Yeah, and that's what I loved about it. Like I love challenging myself.
Hmm.
And because really, if you don't challenge yourself, how do you know what your threshold is?
You don't.
Like, how do you know?
Yeah.
So you really challenge yourself. It teaches me discipline. Like, it teaches me that I know I can do this. I'm putting my mind to this. And then, of course, I'm getting skinny while doing it.
Right, right. And now we're probably scaring people that that are making like, oh my
No.
God, that's so cold. But honestly, it's exhilarating
Yeah.
because not only are you creating new brown fat,
Mhm.
you're also creating new mitochondria.
I know. It's so
Yeah.
cool. It's so
And
cool.
and there's only two ways to do that.
Yeah.
Really vigorous exercise
Mhm.
or cold
Boring.
exposure. Yeah, yeah. Well, hard, time consuming, hard, or cold water exposure.
Right.
So yeah,
No, so
it's
it's
a
really
lesser of
good.
two evils.
Yeah,
It's the easier of two evils.
it is, but it does take a commitment to actually tell your mind that you're going to push through because immediately when you get in, your mind is telling you that you're about to die.
But you're not.
You're not.
But
But
you're not.
isn't that crazy that you
Sure.
immediately want to get out and that you can't make it? But you have to talk yourself through it
Mhm.
and work your way through it and
Yeah.
everything is fine. And then it actually starts feeling warm.
And feeling good.
Yes, it
It's
does.
and also just the sheer fact of feeling the feels in our body,
Mhm.
because sometimes we stuff emotions or we don't feel our whole entire body and really get used to that sensation or the sensation of discomfort, physical discomfort.
Right.
So there's a lot to be said about that.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So tell me how the Löyly Sauna Lounge came about.
All right. So I had never heard of cold plunging, but I'll just give you a little backup story.
Yeah.
So Deanna and I got married in August of 22, and by December of 22, he was nearly dead. He had a PIC line of this crazy antibiotics. He had had a root canal that just wouldn't heal. His gums were like a raw steak, and we went to all different kinds of doctors. Couldn't figure out. He was just out of gas and literally dying.
Wow.
And Christmas morning of 22, he wakes with this dream to take cold baths and it will cure him. And he tells me, and I'm thinking, that sounds awful. Like I like hot baths, right? But luckily he tells me because he probably would have forgotten. So a few days later, after the Christmas break, we finally get his lymph nodes biopsied and we find out he has lymphatic leukemia. So the
Oh,
whole reason that he's so ill is because of that. We learned that news on a Thursday, and Monday they want to start with some really serious things, chemo, radiation. They're talking about a bone marrow transplant. He had already lost 30 pounds. He did not have 30 pounds to lose. Like he was really, really frail. And that weekend we just started Googling anybody that had cured themselves naturally, and we come across this man, this curious Dutch guy with a funny sounding name,
yes,
right?
I've heard
Wim
of him.
Hof,
Yes,
right? You've
I've
heard of
seen him.
him,
Yeah, I've seen him and
right?
I've heard of him.
We
Yeah.
watched just deep soaked in all of his
Mhm.
videos, and that gave us the courage and the faith to act on cold water. Like our choice was really cold water or chemo. Like those are our two
Wow.
options. And so Dion was too weak to do it at first. So I started doing it.
Mm.
And then we started doing it together, and we were doing it nearly every day. We were doing it at a gym that's no longer around, but we were doing it in the middle of this gym. And so they had two cold plunges, and then they had a sauna. And the gym members would literally help me pick him in and out of the cold water, and they were seeing us, like witnessing our courage and witnessing
Sure.
our faith. And honestly, they prayed for us. They were so with us during this experience. And that's where I learned the power of community, like healing
Right.
in community. And they would sit with us in the sauna, and we just did this thing, right? Like we were fixtures. We were going there just about every day.
Yeah.
So and in a short period of time, in about 3 months' time, he was a lot better. But I was also a lot better,
Wow.
like a lot better. I had really struggled with anxiety, just absolutely crippling anxiety. And I was drinking all the time,
Mhm.
to take the edge off of
Sure, of
everything, right?
course. That's
That
what
is
many
kind of a
people do.
common thing for especially women, like wine and women, and it's so promoted to women. And it's in my business. I'm an interior designer. In my business, it's a very entertainment centric, a lot of alcohol in
Of
that
course.
industry.
Yeah.
So, but this was through all of this is how I was able to break up with alcohol.
Wow,
And
good.
yeah,
Congratulations. Yeah.
right.
As you know, I'm alcohol free as well. It's a
I
big part as to why I'm doing this. It
yes,
was definitely the catalyst for
yeah,
sure.
I get
Yeah.
it. I
Yeah.
get it. And
So one thing I want
yeah,
to
go
say
ahead.
is the community. That's one
Yes,
thing. So every time, if there's ever anyone else that's ready to plunge, cold plunge,
yes,
it's always an encouragement. Get in here. You can do it.
yeah,
Let's do it together. It's
yeah,
always that. And I love that about the community, you know, at
yeah.
Lolly for
Well,
sure.
well, we did that on
Yeah.
purpose. So last year we went to 8 different countries to really understand the ancient practice of
Wow.
sauna and cold plunge, right?
Hmm.
Because we went all over Scandinavia and a lot of places in Europe and also the United States and
Yeah.
Canada to really bring the best back to our Loyalty.
Right.
And lots of places in America have a private room. So it's a private sauna, private plunge. And
Uh,
it's so hard to do that
right.
privately.
It
Like you think
is.
that's
I
the way to
totally
do it,
see that.
but it's a team lift, right?
Absolutely.
And so when we do, so we have a really big cold plunge. It holds about, depending on the size of the people,
Mhm.
like 8 to 10 people,
Yeah, it's a
right?
lot. It's really
It's
nice.
gigantic.
Yeah.
It's a one of one. We had it made for us,
Yes.
and it's salt water. We put oxygen in it, so
Mm.
nanoparticles of oxygen. Also, healing sound
Yes,
frequency.
I felt that.
You can feel
Yes.
it,
Yeah,
right?
you can definitely feel it.
And you do it together. You do it. And so what's so curious about that is when we do hard things together,
Mhm.
we not only strengthen ourselves, but we learn from community,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
And when I quit drinking,
Mhm.
um, none of my friends did. And so there was a period of time when I was essentially just on my own.
Mhm.
And then I had a whole other issue that was going on at the same time.
Mhm.
We could talk about that later if you want
Yeah.
to. Um, but when you make a big change in your life, a lot of things change. And so it's not really fun to hang out with drinking friends,
Mhm.
right? If you're no
Right.
longer drinking.
Right.
And so community is a really, really big deal because loneliness is epidemic,
Mhm.
and that's need to belong is huge. So
Yeah.
Loli is really fosters that. That is intentional with everything about our space, from the way it looks. Like we're going to do a cold thing,
Yes.
so at least it looks warm in
Yes, it
there,
does look
right?
warm in there, and when I was there a couple weeks ago, it was like, "Oh my gosh, this is so inviting. It's
Yeah,
so nice." I met so many great women
yeah,
there, and a lot of them, it was their first time plunging.
yeah,
So, yeah, we got to get in there together, and we went back and forth, and it's like we stayed in there longer than we wanted to
sure,
just because we were so comfortable with one another, and it's like, "Oh, it's time to do the next one. Let's go on to the next
yeah,
one." But it was really great.
yeah.
It was really awesome to do that, and then your mother
My mother was
did it
there,
for the first time.
and my mother's 81,
Yes, and
so
she did
she
it. She
did
was
it.
so brave.
She is brave. She is
Yeah.
very brave.
So again,
Yes.
true to anything you put your mind to, if you want to do it, you just have to do it.
And it's just for you. And it's
Yeah.
just, what we always say, it's just an invitation. So if
Yeah.
it's 30 seconds or three
Sure.
seconds, it could be
Yeah.
just 3 seconds. And then maybe the next time it's 4 seconds,
Yeah.
like it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
It's just the fact of you doing it and showing up for yourself. And I promise what you'll
Mhm.
find is you're stronger than you think.
Yeah.
There's this thing I will just tell you, I'm a dangerously courageous woman now. And it's just cold water courage.
Yeah.
It
No.
it opens up I think it's a whole nother gear.
Yeah. Listen, if you can stop drinking alcohol, one, and
Yeah.
then two, if you can get into really cold temperatures and stay in there
Yeah.
for 2, 3 minutes, even less than that, you can do anything you want.
You sure can.
Like, absolutely you
Yeah.
can. Yeah.
Yeah.
So tell me, I know so you're in the process of a career shift.
I am.
So you said you have a design firm
I do.
and now you're doing the Löyly Spa Lounge. Tell me, how has that occurred?
So this is what happened. So I built Chirma Design Group from the ground floor. I went back to design school in my mid 40s. I was having a life change. I was, let's just say, I got a divorce,
Yeah,
and I moved from the
it
Rolex
happens.
neighborhood to the Timex neighborhood, right? And I
Yes,
needed,
it happens.
yes, it does, and I needed to earn a good living,
Mhm.
right? So I'm very proud of the fact that my children have straight teeth and are well educated because I
Yes.
did that,
Yes, yeah.
and I didn't really know that I had talent in design until somebody that mentioned that, "Oh, you're so good at this. You should go to design school," which I did,
Mhm.
and I was able to have a very prosperous business and do a lot of good work and create a lot of beautiful spaces where relationships could happen.
Wow.
Right. So I loved that. Um, but then I got to doing this, and I would just say an interior design, that was an outward thing. And now I guess I'm just focusing on the interior, like the
Right.
inside design,
Sure.
because I could do about 30 projects a year. And I had a pretty good size firm. I had 4 designers that work with me.
Mhm.
And we could do about 30 good projects a year. And today we've had over 6,000 people walk through our door
Wow, that's amazing.
that we can teach how to balance their nervous system, that we can help them sense for themselves that they're stronger than they think. And when you're able to manage cold water, you're able to manage a lot of things. Like you take that out of this
Mhm.
space and it applies to your life. So you're able to manage handling distractions.
Mhm.
So maybe the distraction is a relationship that no longer serves, or a job that doesn't make your heart sing, right? Or or maybe it's that thrust of something that the time is now, like it really lights
Yeah.
you up. And so that's what I want to spend the rest of my life doing,
Yeah,
is particularly helping women,
of
figure
course.
out that we're stronger than we know,
Yeah.
that we need each other, and give a place where it's not about competition, it's
Right.
about encouragement,
That's right.
and it's about supporting each other, and it's about being vulnerable
Mhm.
together, and,
Yeah.
and showing the scary parts, or the parts where there's a lot of shame,
Yeah.
and that we rise together, because I firmly believe when women heal, the world heals.
Yes, absolutely. And we all need healing
We
and
all
we're
do.
constantly healing.
Yes.
So again, I am definitely in a space right now where I am healing. And
Yes.
this is not the first, second, third time that I've done it, but
Yeah.
definitely a good time where I can really sit with myself and really see the need for healing
Hmm.
and kind of where I'm going. And I don't know where I'm going, but I know where I don't want to go, right?
Right.
Based on where I've
Right.
been, where I don't want to go.
Right.
And I'm just going to, another positive place in my life. And I just love it. Like I'm really happy with myself.
Hmm.
I'm really content. I'm really in a really great space. And I really want to I want to share that with other people. And that's kind of, the whole point of the podcast, because I know that there's so many women that feel stuck,
Mhm.
that feel like, oh, I don't know where to go from here. I'm by myself, I'm divorced, I'm this, all these
Yeah.
labels that we put on ourselves,
Mhm.
and why we can't continue and can't move on, and why we have to like be so good to ourselves. And that's one of the tough things that we don't know
Right.
how to do. We're not taught how to take care of ourselves.
It's just the self-love, and
Yeah,
that seems to be the most elusive component,
I know.
and I find that when the older I am, I'm about to have a birthday, and
Okay.
the older I get, the more I look back and I think, "Wow, I I really know what I know about myself now."
Mhm.
And, like everything we were just talking a while ago about everything that landed you
Yeah,
right here, right now in that seat in front of that pink mic, right? You
absolutely.
needed it all,
Yeah.
just exactly the way you had it.
Mm.
Else you wouldn't be here right
Right.
now, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So
Yeah.
let's talk a little bit about the alcohol-free living, because that's always
Yeah.
something I want to talk about. And I don't get to talk to about many people about that. So I'm really excited to talk to you about it. So yes, you went on to say that we have to kind of do this journey alone.
Yeah.
And it's nice to have other people that can understand. And it's not that we didn't enjoy the alcohol, it's just that it didn't serve us anymore.
Wasn't serving my body. It wasn't serving my weight. I could show you pictures of just 3 months after not drinking,
Yeah.
cold plunging and doing sauna and that kind of stuff too. But really, alcohol was the biggest thing that was taken out of the equation, and it was just the inflammation,
I
which
know.
sometimes I just call it
You
inflation
can just
because
see
that's
it.
how it
Yeah, you
feels
can
like. It's
just
so
see it in
awful.
someone's
It
face.
was
I
just
mean, I could tell you
everywhere.
in my face, I could definitely see it.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
and also not sleeping well
Mhm.
and just the dullness and
Mhm.
and constantly having going back to something else that was outside of me
Right.
that I just was really able to let go of. And, the turning point for me was really a relationship. I just got married
Mhm.
and just the love of my life,
Sure,
right?
yeah.
Finally. And there was one night with a bunch of tequila
Mhm.
and I just was not myself, right?
Right.
I think I scared it.
Right.
Like,
I
honestly, I'm
know.
pretty sure I did.
It's like, who are you?"
And I really was like, "Oh my god, I am going to
Mhm.
lose something
Yeah.
that I really want if I don't come terms, face to face with this."
Yeah.
So I kind of went down a journey like this path of figuring me out.
Mhm.
And that's what happened
Yeah.
because it was really, I think, the ability to be in cold water, to face hard things, to like to
Mhm.
sit with it,
Mhm.
not gloss over it, but to really stay and look at a hard thing. And for me, that hard thing was coming toe to toe with the shadow self. And, alcohol was part of that.
Yeah, yeah, I know. For me, it happened opposite. So my partner was drinking
Ah,
and I wasn't drinking. And he just acted crazy. I've told this story before,
yeah,
but he acted crazy. And I was like, who, like, what? You are clearly drunk. And I'm glad I wasn't drinking,
yeah.
because if not, that would have definitely spiraled out of control. And it was something so silly. It was just something so crazy, but it was alcohol that created that. And I didn't realize that we would do those, we would fight over those little
Yeah.
stupid things that alcohol makes you think certain things that are not true.
It's not even true.
It's not even
It's
true.
not even true.
So yeah, so that was definitely an eye-opening experience for
Yeah.
me. And I sometimes miss the I miss sometimes the excitement that I felt alcohol brings,
Yep.
but that just reminds me that I need to be that excitement. Like, I just
Yeah.
need to be on that exciting level. And it's not the alcohol, it's just me that I need to bring it out. So, like the dancing, all that,
Hmm.
no one cares what your moves are. You just go out and have fun.
Just do
And that's
it.
all you have to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I really, truly want to be myself around other people and not be someone different.
And I was really drinking to also like calm that anxiousness because
Yeah.
I have social anxiety.
Sure.
I'm actually an introvert. I'm actually a shy person, which you
Would
might not think
never be able
that.
to tell
You
that.
and I not, but I really there's a big energy drain.
Mhm.
Sometimes I'm around a lot of people. And so that was kind of a, a a fake buffer because it really didn't serve me.
Right.
But it was just, the thing I used to self-soothe.
Yeah.
And now I just breathe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's awesome. Tell me, advice for women that are in midlife pivot. midlife pivot where they are considering taking the step to something new, what is your advice to them?
Link up with a good mentor. Like, people are so accessible now.
Yeah.
Someone online that has a podcast, right?
Yeah.
Or find a tribe
Yeah.
that thrives like you could see yourself thriving as, or you would want to, like, where that level of encouragement is. Come to Lolly,
Yeah.
because that is a great place to
Tons of
meet
women there. Tons.
incredible
Yeah.
women. But find someone who's doing what you've dreamed of doing yourself, and learn everything you can about that person, and reach out, you know,
Yeah.
because women help women. And that is, I think that's what's happening in our culture now.
Hmm.
I think there's less of a culture of competition,
Yeah.
at least at Loyally, at least
Yes.
at the
Sure.
women that I encounter every day. And I am so engaged with our community, and so loving what happens there. And it's women of all ages,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's a great point because as women, sometimes either don't reach out to one another
Right.
or we just don't extend that support that we really should extend to one another. And definitely at Loyally, I mean, I met, like, I can tell you, Anna, Lisa, like,
Yeah.
Yvette, like just amazing women that we've connected already with.
Yes.
And I'm like, oh, we're going to see this. Whitney, I met Whitney as well.
Right.
Just great,
I
great
plunged with her
energy.
this
Yes,
morning.
yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Just awesome.
Great. Yeah.
And I've just like, yeah, we're going to connect. And they're
Yeah.
doing all these things in the community. And it's just, just to stay connected and just to have a good, a tribe, like you
Yeah.
said. I definitely will do that.
Because it's infectious,
Yeah,
right?
it's
So whatever
infectious.
it is, whether it's, High rocks or CrossFit, or,
Yeah.
like a rollerblading group, or
Yeah.
like, reach out and find somebody that, like, if you're breaking up with alcohol, find a different
Yeah.
activity that is
Yeah.
an alcohol-free activity
Yes.
and go with that.
Great. Okay. So where can we find your spa? Your salon,
Yes. Just call it
your,
whatever.
no, your
Sauna
lounge,
Lounge.
your
Yes, it's
sauna
Sauna
lounge. Where
Lounge.
can we find you?
Oh, we're in Montrose. We're at 1210 West Clay,
Yeah.
and we're right across the street from Pavon Coffee Shop. We're also Verde Garden.
Hmm.
So it's a really busy hub. It's got a lot of nightlife there.
Yeah.
But if you're cold curious, come and see us. And even tonight, we have a DJ on our patio.
Oh,
And
nice.
yeah,
Really
and usually on Fridays, we'll do a free patio plunge for,
fun.
yeah. So it's fun, right? Because again, Houston is so lacking of alcohol-free
Yeah.
opportunities. And when you're making that change in your life, or if that's something that you're like, curious about, you just need a little support.
Yeah,
So
absolutely. So I know that you and I are going to get together because
awesome.
we are going to create an event for my listeners.
I will love it.
Yes, and we'll figure it out. It's glow up with Loyally Sauna Lounge
Let's
for
do it.
sure. We'll do it.
Yes.
Invite everybody out. Get,
We'll
we'll
love
set up
that.
a time. We'll definitely do that.
We'll love that. Yeah, it'll be
Cindy, thank
ice and
you.
glow. Can't wait.
Yes, Ice and Glow would be awesome. Cindy, thank you so much for being on the show. Thank you for your words of encouragement. Thank you for your, um, you know, discussion about the hot and cold contrast therapy. Thank you and cheers.
Thank you,
All
Jackie.
right.
Awesome to be with you.
Great. Thank you.